Hello everyone, how's it going? It's me, Jaylene, also known as Femme4. I wanted to share a very important topic of insecurity today with people who have partners. But first, partner yourself up with your free sex education with that subscribe button below. This topic has been brought up to me many times, generally in the questions of, what do I do if my partner is watching porn that is different from how we have sex? Or, should I be worried if my partner's porn choices are not what our sex life is? I want to cover this main insecurity and questions with 3 key things. Number 1, why do partners watch porn that isn't similar to their sex life? Number 2, what areas of concern are super valid? And most importantly, number 3, 4 questions to ask your partner if you are feeling insecure. Number 1, why do partners watch porn that isn't like their sex life? I first wanted to start the conversation about how porn is really only a very recent additive to the erotic fantasy. Before porn, there were erotic writings and novels. Hello, Marquis de Sade. And even before the printing press was invented, there was a lot of very erotic paintings that depicted some pretty fucking hot scenes. So when it comes to human nature and these ideas of fantasizing about sex, it really has been in the human culture for quite some time. Porn is a creation of both that fantasy ideal that humans do carry towards sex, and as well as the inclusion of technology, all wrapped up in some sweaty bodies and one camera filming. Think of your sexual fantasy world as a board game. You explore different paths and ideas with your mind while taking a stroll through your personal sexual pleasure. Some of these idealized paths you may find super exciting, and some of these paths you may find just plain boring. The fantasy land is a play space of possibility simply because the rules and effects of reality simply do not apply here. Kind of like Candyland, except with sweets, it's sex. And just because I like to stroll that path in my mind sometimes doesn't necessarily mean that I want to take that path in real life. Have a look at my consensual non-consent video, as this is a great example. And sometimes there is a fantasy that I do want to try out in the real world, however I just have not had the space or the experience to try it out in the hot flesh. Porn, because it's the most realistic projection of fantasy out there. We're even seeing virtual reality porn come out onto the market nowadays. It is quite an attraction for those who want to take their fantasies one step further from their imagination to see it being played out before them. Because of this, porn is a multi-billion-dollar industry, with almost any type of fantasy being available, except for the films that are illegal to act out in the real world. But alas, if the porn that your partner is watching is simply a projection of their fantasy land, aka imagination, is there any valid reasons to be concerned? Let's move on to number 2. What areas of concern are valid? Number 1, their porn choices show illegal porn. If your partner is watching child porn, aka videos or images in a sexual nature of someone who is under the age of 18, this is super illegal. This is a relationship you're in with a child abuser, whether or not they actually physically abuse the children themselves. The authorities in your area should be contacted. Porn categories that are not necessarily illegal to watch, but are definitely illegal still in the black market of distributing or filming. And these are ones that are cause of concern for more so the values of human rights. One is sexual videos of someone that is not filmed with their consent, or it's a sexual video of someone that they have filmed with consent but they not give any consent to have this video distributed. To have your questions answered, be sure to watch my video about revenge porn. The other category is porn that shows a real scene of sexual assault or physical assault, no acting. There are videos out there that will show fantasy rape scenes. But, however, these are mostly coming from verified accounts, i.e. their verified account of the actor that is shown within it, and most of the time they will have a huge disclaimer at the beginning that this is not actually a real scene and all the actors that are involved have consented to these acts. If you are unsure if the video is consensual or not, I have come across these things before myself, and thankfully major porn sites such as Pornhub are cracking down on these particular videos. My advice to you is to gift yourself the act of a clear conscience and just simply click on to a video that shows a more established consensual scene. Or use the beauty of your own imagination to explore that fantasy in your mind. The second cause of concern here is that your partner is showing much interest and time and investment into the porn world and showing very, very little interest in towards sexually connecting with you. This is a really hard fucking feeling to feel, and I completely understand how insecurity can play into your overall relationship when this does happen, as their porn usage in this case presents a symptom to a problem. I cannot tell you, unless you are my client and you get to share with me your own personal experience with this, whether this is a problem that is individual, aka an unhealthy porn habit, or it is a problem of the relationship itself. As I mentioned to my coaching clients, you and your partner, this is a time for you guys to sit down and have a very open, honest discussion about their porn use, as well as what is fueling this disconnection. If you're the one who is watching more porn than connecting with your partner and you're feeling some shame about it, or if you're feeling lost or hurt by how your sex life with your partner is being replaced by their porn use, I offer free intro calls to see if you're a good fit for my coaching programs for those who are wanting to move forward in a more confident, fulfilling way, not only for yourself, but for your relationship as well. To book the free call, head to my website below. Number 3, 4 questions to ask your partner if you are feeling insecure. I understand insecurity can have emotions heightened. After all, you can feel scared about the idea and potential that your partner is wanting something different from your relationship because their porn choices do not reflect your sex life. It really is a scary thing to feel, and I do always like to say that prefacing this type of talk, or telling your partner you want to have an open and honest discussion about your sexual desires, is always a really great way for both people to kind of dimmy down those defensive walls. After all, you're having this conversation with your partner because you care about them. On to the 4 questions. I just noticed that your porn choices are a little bit different than what we experience in the bedroom, and I'm just feeling a little bit insecure about it. I'm just curious what aspects about our sex life and our connection bring you joy. Is there anything that you would like to try out in our sex life that we haven't explored? And you have every right to say no if you don't want to try them. Consent matters. Is there anything that I should know about your feelings towards our sex life that you haven't shared with me yet, that are things that we can work on? Warning, do not ask this question if you're not prepared to hear their honest answer. You're more than welcome to say this question in the future when you're ready to hear their honest truth. Can we brainstorm some ways together about expressing either sexual gratitude or how to build upon our sexual connection that we have? Examples: saying you're beautiful or handsome or sexy when they're undressing, kissing for longer than 5 seconds, letting each other know that you're thinking of each other in a sexy way through text, etc. Or even asking for a little cuddle, etc. before your partner goes off and has their alone porn time. As every person still does have a human right, whether in a relationship or not, to explore their own body and their sexual pleasure. If you want to speak to someone who can hold a very unbiased, non-judgmental space for you to kind of explore these sort of insecure feelings surrounding your own sexuality and how you want to show up in your relationship with it, be sure to reach out for me for an intro call. My door is open for you to see if we would be a good fit to work together. My website link is below where you can book your free call through there. And alas, click on the like and subscribe button if you feel like you gained something watching this video. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. It is me, Fem4th. Mwah.